In the year of 2000X, a super robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. Yo! What the fuck is up, gamers? We're doing Mega Man 2. This is Garby Garblin. Welcome to my second ever Let's Play. My second official Let's Play. Mega Man 2. This is a game that I love so dearly. This is my favorite NES game of all time. A game I have beaten countless times. One of the best fucking video game soundtracks of all time. I'll get more into that as we play. So without further ado, let's just start this shit, man. I'm gonna play on normal difficulty, which before anyone comments, I do know that that is easy mode, and difficult is the original Japanese difficulty. But I'm a pussy, so let's not have that start over. So I'm gonna play on normal mode because it doesn't say easy in the North American version, it says normal. So I'm going to play on the difficulty Capcom designated as normal. Alright. So this is, like I said, a game I know a lot better than Super Mario Brothers. So we're not going to have any weird dead air where I try to, like, concentrate on the game more than what I'm saying, because I have this game pretty well committed to memory. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna play like ass. There may still be some freaking epic fails from time to time. But I don't think it's gonna be as rough as Super Mario Brothers. I also want to try to keep these recordings down. I want to keep these recordings a little shorter if I can. You know, maybe. Our parts were maybe a little hard to watch, a little hard to sit through. So, I mean, I think I'd maybe rather keep these closer to half an hour, 40, 45 minutes at most. So yeah, I guess I'll start talking about the game. I don't think I have any other house cleaning items to go over. One of the kind of cool things about the Mega Man series, and one thing that was sort of revolutionary with the first game when it came out back in 1987, I believe it was, in North America, was the ability to select your own stage. The entire game, or at least the first good chunk of the game, before the final levels, spoiler alert, you do actually get to select completely your order. Like, whatever order you want to play the levels in, basically. In the first game, there was 6 levels you could choose from right off the bat. In this game, they've upped that to 8, so you're totally free to do whatever order you want for levels in this game. I have always, ever since I started playing this game, I've always started with Metal Man, because for those who have played this game before, you'll know that Metal Man's weapon when you defeat him, because that's another cool thing about this game. When you defeat the bosses, you actually get the weapon that they use in battle. So Mega Man slowly kind of builds up a pretty massive arsenal of items. Oh, jeez. That was bad. Yeah, so those who have played this game will know that the weapon that Metal Man drops is kind of insane, and I did think, you know, am I going to use the metal blades for this playthrough, or am I going to try not to use them for a good chunk of this game? And you know what, man, I'm just having fun. We're doing this for fun, so absolutely I'm going to use the metal blades. I'll be able to show off to people that haven't played this game just how ridiculous they are in comparison to every other item in this game, basically. They are definitively the best weapon in this game by far. Speaking of Metal Man, we're actually coming up on him now. He should be right here. Yes, this was developed in This was released in 1989 here in North America, so 2 years after the original game. Here's Metal Man. This was... There are rumors that this game was developed, or like an interview or something, that this game was developed in secret, because the original game didn't sell very well, so I don't think Capcom originally had any plans to make a sequel. And the sort of story goes, and there's Metal Man done. That's 1 out of 8 of our initial stages done and dusted. So yeah, basically the first game didn't sell very well in North America or Japan, so Capcom didn't really have any interest in doing a sequel, but the developers of the original game, sort of after hours or like on breaks and stuff, developed at least part of a sequel. Kind of the consensus is it was probably like a tech demo to show the higher ups at Capcom, and basically, yeah. So that happened without any of the higher ups' knowledge. They were shown a tech demo of the game, and it looked like so much of an improvement over the first Mega Man that they greenlit it immediately, and it was put into active development. So next stage, I think we're gonna go Airman, who notoriously you can't beat. If you're an old head, if you're an old user of the internet, you'll know what I mean by that. You can't defeat Airman. So, yeah. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention as well when I was talking about my level order that I usually stick to. Where do I get that from? Why did I start with Metal Man the first time I played this game and stuck to that? Well, that is an interesting story. Back in the day, and I think he's still around. Back in the day, there was a YouTuber by the name of Brentalfloss, and I think some people watching this video, there's at least going to be probably one person that watches this video and recognizes that name, and they probably just had the most, I probably just caused fucking psychic damage when they heard that shit. So Brentalfloss, his whole thing was he would do video game songs with lyrics. So he'd take a video game song, usually it was NES stuff, and he would sing over it. He'd do like a whole ass vocal cover of some of these old video game songs. And he did one for Mega Man 2's opening theme. He did a couple Mega Man ones, but the one I'm specifically thinking of is the Mega Man 2 opening theme. And in the lyrics to that, he gives a full boss order. A full order of like each one of the 8 stages, and that was his personal order. And when I started playing this game, I had already heard that song. So I was like, all right, well, let's go off what the Brentalfloss order is. And he probably knows what he's talking about. He's an older guy. He grew up with this game. And so ever since then, I have used the Brentalfloss order of levels in this game as my level order. So yeah, just kind of a fun anecdote, a fun thing that I think about every time I play this game. Oh, these air guys are really annoying. Because you'll get pushed away by their air, and that'll despawn them and then respawn them at the edge of the screen. Because enemies respawn in this game like that. Now he's back, but if I was facing him, he'd be blowing me away. So I'd be sent off screen time and time again. Anyway, he's just kind of annoying to deal with. Not a big deal though. So yeah, we're already here at Airman. This level's not too hard. Couple sketchy jumps. I'm actually going to not have my metal blades equipped for this because I'm pretty sure he's not weak to them. Just gonna go in with the Mega Buster. Alright, Airman. So you gotta jump over his little air guys and then get some shots in when you can. And there we go. Not a very hard boss. That's 2 stages done. So yeah, I've been wanting to play this game. This is one of the OG games that I thought if I was ever gonna start Let's Playing stuff. For years now, this has been a game that I've thought I'm gonna play the fuck out of. And here we are, doing it as my second game. I felt like this was so necessary to do. Oh, and for some stages, you get not only the boss weapon, but Dr. Light here also gives you one of 3 different items, and in this case for Airman stage, you get item 2. Now, I'll show you what these items do when they become applicable. I don't know if I'm going to be using them for the next stage. Who is up next? We're going to do Crashman. I might use... no, I don't use item 2. For the most part, they are kind of platform type items, so if you have played Mega Man 1, you'll know about the item called the Magnet Beam. Basically, there are 3 different versions of sort of what the Magnet Beam did. And I will show what that looks like when I actually get to use them. Oh, one up there. So I'll explain what the pickups do in this game. There's a few different types of pickups. There is these guys here, which come in a small and a big version. These are weapon energy. So if you pick that up and you're using one of the equipable weapons that has an energy limit, basically has an amount of shots you can fire from it, that'll restore some of your weapon energy. So if I use the metal blades here for a bit, as you can see, my little metal blade bar, weapon bar goes down. But then if I pick this up, it gets refilled. So that's that. This thing here, down here, that's health. So if you pick that up, that also comes in a big and a small version. You pick that up, it restores some of Mega Man's health if he's taken any damage. And then really the only other thing the enemies can drop, and it's very rare, but enemies can drop 1-ups. So every time you see an enemy drop a 1-up, make sure to pick it up, because lives, especially if you're not used to some of the shit that this game has, some of the shit this game throws at you, I would highly recommend hoarding lives if you can. Because there's some nasty shit in this game, man. Mega Man 2 is probably the easiest of the NES, the 6 NES Mega Man games, at least in my opinion. I'm not super well versed with 5 and 6. I've heard some people say 5 is easier than 2, but I haven't really played much of 5. But yeah, even if Mega Man 2 is, I would say, the easiest of the NES, what, sextology? Is that the word? I would say it throws some bullshit at you. It's got some Mega Man bullshit. Oh, and that was bad. I just completely whiffed that jump. Dude, brother, I am so excited to be playing this fucking game, man. Oh shit, almost just fell again. Oh, and the soundtrack too. I mentioned it at the start, but nobody had made video game music like this in 1989 when this game came out. Like, this soundtrack is, like, generationally good, dude. That's honestly one of the, excuse me, by the way. That's honestly one of the biggest reasons I come back to this game so often. Genuinely, is how good the music is. Hey! Don't shoot me. You're not allowed to shoot me. I shoot you first. You kill me, I kill you. We out here in the streets. Oh, shit. So that's one thing about this game is sometimes the performance can get a little stinky. So you'll see when there's a lot of items on screen. Oh, that thing. So that little E-tank thing I picked up is literally called an E-tank. Extremely useful items to pick up. There's the only other item I didn't talk about. Basically, it's a full health refill wherever you are. So if I go to my next screen here and scroll down to this E section where I have these 2 little blue dots, that means I have 2 E-tanks. So at any point, if I'm at low health and there's no enemies around, or if I don't want to risk killing enemies to get health drops, I can pop one of these and I'll get a full health refill. So they are pretty rare, but extremely useful. And I'm actually going to be able to get to use item 2 here. So item 2, you spawn a little platform in front of you, and then you jump on it, and it sort of rides whichever direction you set it up in. And there's a 1-up up here, so on top of having an E-tank, we have another 1-up. Just gotta kill these guys. Come on. There we go. Oop. And we're here at Crashman. I might want to farm these guys for some health. I am doing a little lower than I'd like. So, I haven't really explained why the metal blades are so good, but maybe you've seen why. It is a weapon that uses basically no energy, so that's pretty rare about weapons in this game. Normally, one use of them uses a shit ton of weapon energy, but look at how little I'm using by firing these off. So another advantage is they hit most enemies for more damage than your Mega Buster does, so more damage than your base weapon. Most enemies. There are a few enemies that are completely immune, and a few enemies where it does the same amount of damage, but it doesn't matter if it does the same amount of damage, because this thing is just outright better than the Mega Buster, because you can fire it in 8 different directions. All 4 cardinal directions, and then in each fucking diagonal. This shit is crazy. This is not only the best weapon in this game, but it's the best weapon in Mega Man history by far. So I'm actually equipped with the wrong weapon. I need to use the Air Blaster. And take a look at how much weapon energy the Air Blaster uses whenever I fire off a shot. Check this out. It's not much more, but it's like 3 or 4 ticks every time I fire a shot. Whereas with the Metal Blade, I think it's 1 tick every 2 to 3 Metal Blades you fire. So that weapon is, like, absurd. Some people say it's cheating. Some people say if you use the Metal Blade for a good chunk of this game, you're playing it wrong. You're cheating the game. You're cheating not only the game, but yourself, some would say. I disagree. I think using the Metal Blade is completely fine. Alright, so 5 stages left. We've been going for only 17 minutes. Plenty of time. What I might do for this first part, honestly, is I might just do every Robot Master. So I might just do all 8 stages here. And then when we get to the stages after, then I'll stop the episode and we'll do a part 2. So let's do Flashman next up. Crashman, then Flashman. Easy way to remember the order there is that their names rhyme. Oh, hang on, boys. Oh, hang on, boys. The music, boys. Hang on, boys. Listen to the tunage, boys. I'm getting, like, giddy thinking about how fucking good this music is. Flashman stage is one of the best in this game. Okay, so sometimes there are going to be these walls that show up. Only thing that can break these walls in the entire game is Crashman's weapon. These are called Crash Bombs. And that is the only weapon in the game that can do anything about those walls. So that may come up at a later point in this game. Probably the biggest annoyance, my biggest complaint with this game revolves around those those walls in a certain stage. Oh shit! Crap, that's not good. So I meant to take that top path there, but I guess I am not taking the top path. I'm gonna have to take this little shitty bottom path. Which means I have to fight these guys, which are the most annoying enemies in the game. Honestly, I just don't fight them most of the time. I'm really getting shafted here. There's a lot of good items on the path that I can't take. Oh, I can take it! It's down here. I believe I might be thinking of a different part of the level. I am thinking of a different part of the level. Shit. So these mech guys are weak to the Air Blaster. And then you can just take care of Sniper Joe with the Metal Blades, I believe. That's this dude's name, Sniper Joe. So I think here's the pit. Yeah, here's the part where you get like a kind of a tough platforming challenge. You gotta do all these like 1-block jumps. And this whole level has like ice physics, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So if I don't touch the controller, Mega Man slides for forever. It's honestly some of the worst ice physics I've ever felt. But you get an E-Tank for doing all that. So very worth doing. You can only hold 4 E-Tanks, I believe, at a time. I've got 3 now. And I need Crash Bombs again here. And breaking this wall. And we're here at Flashman. So Flashman, I'm I'm gonna have to think about this one. Flashman is weak to Metal Blades, I believe. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, even most of the bosses have like a decent weakness to Metal Blades. It's crazy. Like, look at that. 4 hits. I killed him in 4 hits. That's fucking nuts, bro. So yeah, Flashman stage overall not very hard. Probably the hardest part of the level is those armor mechs with Sniper Joe. So we got Time Stopper. We have the power of the world. The world. We have the power of the world, basically. The funny JoJo stand. We can stop time, but only for a very limited amount of time. Very similar to the world, in fact. We can only stop for a few seconds. On top of that, we get ourselves item 3. So we have item 2 and item 3. I wonder if there's an item 1. So another one of those 2 item levels. And we have half the Robot Masters left. We've done half of them. We have 1 half left, and I'm only 21 minutes in. Would it be a good time to close out the episode? Yeah, you know what? 20 minutes? That's probably a little more digestible. If I was going to do all these, it would probably be around 45, 50 minutes. So, you know what? I am going to stop here. So, that's half the Robot Masters done. We have the remaining 4, Bubbleman, Heatman, Woodman, and Quickman. And then we are off to Dr. Wily's castle. So thank you guys for joining me for the first episode of Mega Man 2. I am so excited to do more of this. If you enjoyed this, if you liked watching me play through a game that I know quite a bit more about and don't really have to think about much while I sit and play and just commentate, hit the like button. Comment question of the day I haven't thought about. Alright, dogs or cats? Are you a dog person or a cat person? And if so, whichever one you are, tell me why. Give me a little explanation why. If you really enjoyed this, hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Don't forget to subscribe. If I was putting more effort into editing these, I'd put like big obnoxious subscribe and hit the bell animations all over the screen with like with really loud like bell dinging noises. You know the ones. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. And I will be back within another couple days, probably 2-3 days, with another part of this. So have a good night, take care, and or morning. I guess you don't have to be watching this at night. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care.